How's everyone doing tonight? Well, first off, I wanted to thank Patty for an absolutely incredible wedding already. And I know we know it'll be memorable. And to Rachel, an official, welcome to the family. For those who don't know, I'm Scott, Danny's older, wiser brother.
I'm Joe, Danny's younger but bigger little brother.
Now, as you can see, Danny's the classic middle child. Growing up in a household full of boys dominated by redheads, we tend to think we stole much of the attention, let alone the toys and video game controllers.
It's funny that you say that, Scott. Over the past few months, we've been trying really hard to figure out the best stories to share and to tell jokes about, but unfortunately, all the stories ended about being about us.
Growing up, we remember Danny loved birds. He had two pet parakeets, one named Sparkles and one named Polly. He also carried around a stuffed animal of Big Bird. He also had a mullet and tried to be a smooth talker as much as possible. Something else about Danny that you guys probably don't know is that he tried out to be in the Broadway production of To Kill a Mockingbird. Don't laugh, he almost scored the role.
Growing up as Danny's younger brother, he gave me lots of good advice. One story that comes to mind is that when hosting a post-prom party at our beach house in Margate, there are always more ping pong balls under the kitchen cabinets. Another is how to host a Penn State tailgate. The first step, wear a Beta Sig hoodie so everyone knows what frat you're in. The next step, supply the party with 60 cases of beers in the shape of a throne. Third, let all your friends jump on the roof of your dad's car and use the side doors as urinals. Step 4 is watching your dad take the keys of the car. Thanks for the advice, Dan.
Growing up as the older brother, I recall times when Danny and I got very close. Whether it was pushing him down the front steps to put a crack in his chin, or playing sumo wrestling and putting a crack in the back of his head. Another time we got close was when all three of us actually played on the same JJBL basketball team. Joey was the power forward, I was the big man in the middle, and Danny, aka Hollywood Solomon, while he was a good point guard, he was also the sideline reporter, tweeting in-game highlights and blog updates. As many of you know, Danny has a blog by the alter ego of his Hispanic friend, Perez. So while Danny was constantly surfing the internet, he decided to put his marketing talents to work and create PerezSolomon.com. Danny accomplished quite a feat here, actually. He's had millions of page views and brought in around $20. So we actually give him some credit on that one.
So being the youngest of three definitely had its ups and downs. As for the ups, my parents didn't really have the energy to yell and scream at me, so Scott, Danny, thank you. Danny taught me how not to draft in fantasy football, fantasy baseball. So Drew, Dave Brow, wherever you are, you can agree with that. Hold on a second. Sorry, Rachel. Oh yeah, Danny, your fantasy team is still losing. Good laugh over there. Thank you. Any problems I came into, my brothers probably already went through. Like the time I had a party at our beach house, and I couldn't find the second cushion to our sofa in the living room. And I called Danny, I'm like, Danny, I screwed up, I can't find the second cushion. I thought maybe someone took it somewhere. And Danny's like, no, there's only one cushion to that sofa. So thank you, Danny. As for the downs, we all know Danny had that metrosexual phase growing up. It's weird, yeah. I got Danny's hand-me-downs being his younger brother, so I was forced to wear skinny jeans and Abercrombie.
Well, speaking of Danny being fashionable, you remember the time he wore black suede Michael Jackson bedroom slippers to my wedding? I tried to pawn them off as formal tuxedo shoes. And again, just because you live in New York, it doesn't make you a fashion icon. In all honesty, being the middle Solomon child did have some perks though growing up. Danny had always had great opportunities to do things differently than us ginger brothers. This included traveling. whether it was spring break or studying abroad, he has been around the world. One time, he partied so hard in Acapulco, he didn't even remember meeting the woman he's standing to right now. It wasn't until the plane ride home that the girl standing next to him right now actually reminded him that something had happened. Fast forward many years, and a dog later, Rachel has become like a sister to us. We would tease her like one of our own, and she could always take it in stride, thanks to having brothers and cousins of her own. So congratulations, you've passed our test, and today you're one of us.
Danny, you've been such a great role model in my life. Since I can remember, I always wanted to follow in your footsteps. Whatever music you played, I wanted to listen to. Whatever you wore, I wanted to wear. When you won the Holden Award and the soccer MVP, I wanted to win the same award. Even after you made your Hispanic alter ego named Perez, I made mine Jose. Everyone, follow me, Jose Solomon. I'm really fortunate to have my best friend as also my brother. I love you, Danny and Rachel.
And Danny, you're one of the most compassionate and influential people in my life. Your passion for Rachel is something to be admired. From the beginning of your relationship, we all knew you'd be standing here today. We're so thankful that you brought Rachel into our lives. Throughout the past year, while we all know it's been tough, you've really gone above and beyond in showing us the man you've become. Your generosity and kindness have influenced us all. You've been an amazing partner to Rachel and her family. I couldn't be more proud to call you my brother today and every day. While you've been together for many years, you both have been role models for me in my own life. What you may not know is that before meeting Sarah, I actually was looking for the connection that you two had. You guys go together perfectly. You're there for each other at all times and perfect soulmates. You challenge each other and make each other be the greatest you can be. Wish you all the best in life together. So if everyone could please raise their glass. So Danny and Rachel, mazel tov and many years of happiness.
And I am.